YouTube family? It is the king, Maxmillion, back at it again with another hit video. Hope everybody's doing all right on this fine day. Make sure if you're new, go check out some of my old content, and of course subscribe, like the video, and after it's done, comment below on how you feel about what's going on here. You see the title, you know what this is about. NBA season swiftly approaching. So in this video, what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to highlight the Eastern and Western Conference, tell you the teams that I feel like are going to make the playoffs this year, and possibly, quite possibly, all right, I guess I'll do it. I'm going to tell you who I think will make the NBA Finals and winner in the season. So without further ado, let me get started. First, I'm going to go into the Western Conference. I know this is really tough to tackle. Man, I can name like 10 teams deep in the Western Conference. I do have it up on my laptop right here. HP, very great laptop. But I can go very deep into the Western Conference. Every year it's a dogfight, man. So many good teams. Such a collective unit. So what I'm going to do here is basically explain some of the teams that I think that will make the playoffs, and I'll explain my reasons why. And I'm going to probably pop a few heads here or shock a few people. I'm going to be honest and say I don't think the Lakers make it. So if you're a Lakers fan and you really, really, really love the Lakers, sorry, man. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. That's just my opinion. West is just too deep. Maybe they pop an 8th seed or get in sneakily. But man, I can't count LeBron out. I love LeBron as my favorite player of all time. But it's just so deep, man. The Western Conference every single year. I'm looking at the standings from last year, and they made, based off of the play-in, they did end up making the 7th seed. But they were entering in an 8th seed at the end of the season. So, very rough, man. Very rough. Without further ado, let me just continue on. I'm just going to list the teams that I think are definitely going to make it. And then from there, my reasoning behind a few of them. We got the Thunder. I'm not giving the seedings or anything. I'm just going to name the teams. This is just my personal opinion. I think there's good reasoning behind them, and I'll name them for you. Got the Thunder, that's 1. Nuggets, Timberwolves. I'm going to say Mavericks, Suns, that's 5. There's 3 more I got to pick. I'm going to say the Pelicans. I'm going to say the Kings. And here's a toss-up, because there's so many good teams I can pick from, man. There are so many good teams I can pick from. I didn't include the Clippers or the Lakers yet. I didn't include the Warriors either. I know they got Steph, so he's a gamer. You gotta always consider that. But another wild card team that didn't make it last year, but they do have an impending pretty good season ahead. Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. Now, it's so hard because it's like, you don't know what you're going to get from them. Every year, they always have like an up and down season. They were so good the other year, and then the Lakers knocked them out in the playoffs a couple years ago. So it's like, man, what are you going to get from them? I say the Kings make it because they are the Kings, and I feel like with the addition of DeMar DeRozan, I feel like they're going to be pretty good this year. So I'm going to pick them to make it. But I gotta choose one team right now. And based off of what I'm seeing, dang, it's so hard, man. You don't know what you're going to get from Kawhi either, because Kawhi is always injured. And they only got James Harden pretty much now. So it's like, is he going to carry? Are they a regular season team good enough to make it? It's very, very tough. Very tough. And I know a lot of people won't say this team, but I'm going to say the Spurs. I don't think they're going to make it, but I do feel like they got a chance to make the in-season, like the play-in, I mean. So, wow. You know what? I guess I changed my mind. I got to go with the experience here. I'm going to say the Lakers. I know it's a rough call, but LeBron and AD, they'll do what it takes to probably make it in. So I'm going to say that rounds out the last spot. I know I'm forgetting the Clippers. I know I'm forgetting the Warriors. I know I'm forgetting the Grizzlies. And then I mentioned the Spurs. I just have to go based off of that because, like, LeBron, he still at 40, almost 40 years old, is carrying. Like, my gosh, man, that dude is insane. Greatest of all time, in my opinion. Just my opinion. But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to take back what I said about the Lakers. I'll enter them in, and I'll say they make the last spot. But that is it. They're not going far. I'm not saying they're going to make it all the way to the conference finals or anything. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to simulate here because I'm not going to say all the seedings and the names and anything like that. I'm just going to go straight to the conference finals, who I think will make it. And then from that, who advances to the NBA finals. It's going to be a dogfight because you never know what you can get out of any of these teams. The Thunder, I'm liking their chances to make it because they are learning. And even though the Mavericks did beat them, they got Isaiah Hartenstein, and that's a big pickup for them. So a guy that has experience in the playoffs, big body, you know, he can help out the younger guys. So I think they have a good chance to make it. Nuggets, they picked up Russell Westbrook. I know a lot of people think he's very polarizing. I like his game. I think he brings a lot of energy, and he isn't scared to get it in. So I do like their chances as well. And then you look at the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, gamer. That man can play. That man can play. And especially they did make it to the conference finals last season. With that added experience, they did knock out the Joker and all. So I gotta at least put the Timberwolves back in the conference finals. That's just my opinion. I do like their chances this year. They are coming off a very great season. They just burned out because the Nuggets were a dogfight. Every year the Nuggets, man, you cannot count out the Joker. Excuse me. You can't count out the Joker. You can't count out what they can do. They're very elite, but they did lose a lot of players. Just like last year, they lost a lot of players, KCP and everything like that. But they still got Michael Porter, still got Jamal Murray, who didn't have a great Olympics run, but he's still pretty good. So, got some gamers. They also got Aaron Gordon still. So they still have, they're a formidable threat. And then they picked up Russ to add off possibly the bench. So I don't know if they're going to implement him in the starting lineup or not. They'll probably throw him in and out. But you never know what you can get from the Nuggets. I'm not going to say they'll make it, though, to the conference finals. I'm going to say Timberwolves. And it's going to be between the Thunder or the Mavericks, in my opinion, again. And I'm going to say I think the Mavericks get it. They did lose a lot of pieces, guys. I know it's a wild card threat. If not the Mavericks, I think maybe the Thunder or even the Nuggets. But it just depends on the seeding, man. It really depends on the seeding. Because if the Mavericks face the Nuggets or something like that, it can go either way. And then especially they already beat the Thunder, but the Thunder did add a lot of depth. So I'm going to say Timberwolves, Mavericks, Western Conference Finals this year. And I got the Timberwolves advancing. Why? I just feel like it's their time. Anthony Edwards is really proven to be a superstar in the league. And that guy does not take crap from nobody. Guys, I'm 24. Anthony Edwards is only a year younger than me. And I'm like, man, this guy is a freak of nature. So I'm going to say the Timberwolves make the NBA Finals this year. Now let me go to the Eastern Conference. A lot of things I've seen with the Celtics. I know they got the controversy with the Olympics this year with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown having some kind of internal beef possibly. I still think they're the team to beat. I'm just going to flat out say it. Some guy or some person on there was like, hot take, the Celtics won't even make the playoffs or something. I don't know what in the world they're thinking. The East is very easy. Okay, maybe not very easy, but they're definitely the easier conference, man. Especially DeMar DeRozan going out west. Like, the East gets weaker almost every year. So, I am from the East Coast, so I'm being unbiased. But here I go. I'm just going to name the teams that, like I said again, I'm going to name the teams I feel like are going to make the playoffs. I'm not going by seedings or anything. Just the teams that make the playoffs. Eastern Conference Finals prediction. And then from there, who makes the NBA Finals. Celtics, Knicks, Bucks, Cavs, Magic, Sixers. That's 7 right there. It's a tough one. It always comes down to that last spot. I didn't mention the Pacers yet. I feel like they're going to be a team to beat. It just feels like... Wait a minute. Hold up. I got to go back because I lost track. I'm going to say it again and I'm going to put my hands up just so I remember track. But I said Celtics, Knicks, Bucks, Cavs, Magic, Sixers, so that is 6 teams. I'm going to say the Pacers, and it's going to come down to that last seed. All right, I'll just make it easier. I'll say the Heat. I know I'm excluding the Hawks. They did lose DeJounte Murray, so not thinking they're going to do anything this year. Bulls, they lost DeRozan. Don't think they're going to do anything this year. I know Kobe White is a baller, but he really got to step up this year because this has to be the only way they get in my opinion. Yes. I think they still got Vucevic, but even still, I don't think that's enough. And then you got Lonzo Ball whenever he comes back. They have a chance, but I just don't see them getting in. So I'm basically going to say all the teams that made the playoffs last year make it again this year. Yeah. I'm a Nets fan, by the way, so I know we're not doing anything. I just don't see it. I know we got Killian Hayes and Ben Simmons, but I just don't see us making it at all this year. So I'll be fair there. And then you got a wild card team is the Raptors, but I'm not even gonna go there. They're not making it. They got a chance, but I don't see them making it. All right, Eastern Conference Finals. Like I said, I'm going unbiasedly off the seedings. It's going to be a tough battle. I think the Celtics make it back. But, man, who's going to make it out of these 3? Sixers? Knicks? I'm going to say 4 now. You got the Sixers, the Knicks, the Bucks, and the Pacers. Man, Pacers got experience and all, but they didn't last a dang fight when they made it. It's really going to depend, but I like the Sixers' chances. I think they finally make it out. They got Paul George. I like him a lot. Two-way player. You need those to really go far. I'm going to say Celtics, Sixers. I know the Knicks are right there, but based off of what I'm seeing, they burn out. I know it's hard because they got Miles Bridges, got OG Anunoby back. They did lose Isaiah Hartenstein, but they got gamers there. It's just that I feel like the Sixers, even with the injury to Embiid last year, they almost took out the Knicks. And I got a guy here who is subscribed to my channel, Teacher Got Game. Shout out to him if you ever see him on any one of my videos. But I talk to him a lot, and he basically talks about like the Sixers all the dang time. So I'm going to show his team some love here. I'm going to say Sixers and Celtics, Eastern Conference Finals. It'll be a dogfight. Based off of the experience, though, I got to go Celtics. I'm going to say Celtics, Timberwolves, NBA Finals this year. I'm going to take the Celtics to repeat. Why? Because they are just lethal, man. They're going to learn, I feel like, how to break out of that mold of just shooting and jacking up threes. They are elite on defense. They are great on offense. Porzingis, Derek White. I know I didn't mention Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, but Drew Holiday, like, this team got it, man. They have no excuse. They got to repeat, man. They have to repeat. But yeah, I'm going to go Celtics. I think they repeat this year. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new, subscribe, like, comment down below if you think I'm wrong, you think I'm right. Go for it. And of course, please follow me on Instagram at KingMaxMillion. It would mean the world to me. And yeah, tell me what you think down below. Other than that, hope everybody's doing well. And be safe and be easy.